Man, we black. What up? Peace. Campaign Trail. Wednesday. West Coast Wednesday. Man, my times be all over the place, but we here. You know what I mean? Something like the Lord might not show up when you want, but he's always on time in his time. So salute to y'all. Help you get over this hump day, hump week, into this work day, school day. So yeah, we here doing what we do, checking in, making sure everything is everything, and taking charge of our life, taking control of our own destiny, not relying and waiting on no mystery God, mystery spooks, getting it in our very own self, standing on our own. No, you're trying to stay off of this religion stuff because it ain't really about religion. It's about the science and power and the knowledge of self and the enemies of self. But y'all are gods, man. Ye are all gods, children, gods, children of the Most High, man. So we supposed to be on this. When we just come into the knowledge of self and we just get introduced to certain concepts, then we like babies. So we kind of justified in asking the superior, asking mama and daddy to do something for us that we can't do for ourselves. But once we've been in it for a while, once we've been nursing off our parents for a while, then you start growing your own little baby teeth. You start walking on your own. So now it's a violation to ask mama or daddy to do for us what we know we can do for ourselves now. So that's part of the science or concepts I kind of wanted to get into today. Even though the titles say Father Time and Mother Nature, the most truthfully brutal parents, time, nature and time is merciless. Nature and time is merciless, brutal, unforgiving, raw, uncut, does not care about no feelings, no emotions, no ego. Time, Father Time and Mother Nature, the most brutal of truthful parents. And if we wasting what they gave us, if the Father gave us life and gave us time on this planet, and the Mother gave us, our nature, it's just all metaphorical, of course. And if we wasting it, man, it's brutal. The results is brutal. But we are all our little gods. And when I say little, I mean mentally, because we all the same size as the real the real God, but mentally we children. We just coming back to birth or coming back into the knowledge of our identity mentally. So mentally we children. Our bodies might be old and gray, but mentally we children. So we got to exercise that muscle. We got to exercise those abilities, the actual God power abilities, and get into the science of what prayer really is. Because, so many of us on some childish, helpless, little infant understanding that we're supposed to just let God do it, leave it in God's hands and pray to God and God to do it. And no, he said, you are all gods. You know what I'm saying? I prepare a way. I'm an example for you to learn how to do what I'm doing. Not to always ask me. That's some lazy slave stuff. That's some lazy slave stuff. You constantly begging some other man, even if it's God, to do for you what he gave us the power and example to do for ourselves. So that's what this is. Father Time and Mother Nature is the male and female God. The original parents, the ones that didn't, we didn't have no, they didn't have no gaga goo goo parents to lean on. They had to figure it out alone. They had to figure it out as they existed. So the same principles and the same concepts in theory that they had to go through, that's what we got to go through if we don't get to be where they are in power and knowledge and wisdom and rank. So that's why you see this on the screen again, because the key and the secret is in the woman. We taught in the nation 75%. 75% of the problem and the work of mental death and resurrection from it is with the female, with our female, the descendant of slave female. 75%. And that's because that's the gender that fashions and forms and gives birth to actual human life, male and female. So whoever we supposed to be, gods or prophets or angels or whatever, they all got to come through the womb of a woman. So when you teach an individual, we teach a male, you teach an individual, but you teach a woman, you reform a woman, then you then taught and reformed the whole nation. Because a woman can have more, than one child. So, and it won't be a fluke. Every time she give birth, she'll be giving birth to a God intentionally. So that's why the dragon is focused on our women. Like, in the beginning in the Bible, the serpent was focused on Eve, trying to get to Eve. The serpent knew not to get directly at Adam. Why is that? Why did this serpent character, even though it's all symbolic, metaphoric language, but the serpent knew to get at Eve? He knew not to get directly at Adam. Why is that? And then in the end of the book, you got this dragon that's trying to take down the woman, right? And devour her seed, devour her child as soon as it's born. So from the beginning to the book to the end of the book, this Satan is keyed in on our women for that very reason that I just said, because it fears that this woman is going to give birth to a man child, a male child, alpha ruler that's going to rule the nations, plural, with a rod of iron, meaning, no nonsense, taking down everything and reestablishing, destroying everything and rebuilding everything. So that's the person that's going to overthrow the dragon. So the dragon got all the scouts out and all the lighthouses, scouring the horizon, looking for this child to be born, looking for this woman that's pregnant. So that is the focus. When they know their time is up, they know that they replacement or they doom is going to come out of the womb of a woman. It's going to be a male. It's going to be some new males coming out the womb of these women that's going to get them up out of here. So now that's why the dragon now uses all of his magic and all of his resources and all of his enchantment to seduce our women, to lure them in and bait them in and make them, all kind of glamorous offers, or whisper in their ear and say, yeah, if you do this deal with me, if you do what I say, or you eat this fruit, that I'm offering you, that I'm telling you that it's okay to eat, then you're going to be equal with God. You're going to be equal with the man. You ain't got to be under them. You ain't got to be under their control or under their authority or under their influence. So that's a Lucifer complex. That's the very complex that these people right here that you see is mad at us for. That's why they mortal enemies against us, because they know that we are the natural authority of them on some enemy time. But we're the natural authority of our women and children for a different reason. Our women are already equal with us in value. They just not equal with us in role. These people will never be equal with us. in no area. So even though we claim we fighting for equal rights and equality, no, that's if you still thinking like a powerless slave. When once you start coming into the knowledge of your real identity, your God identity, ye are all gods. I'm not comparing myself to none of these people. I'm trying to reclaim and regain my own power, my divine eternal power. You know what I'm saying? My universal power, your universal power. So y'all are all God. So you got to be aware that if you coming into that knowledge, then you're going to be also coming into the knowledge of who the real Satan is, the real arch deceiver, the real dragon is, and who his chiefs or his beasts, who he gives power to, are. So in the beginning, it's a small little serpent, but in the end, it's a fiery red dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns and all of that. And that just represents countries, European countries. These various beasts just represent countries of the same race, just different countries and expressions of that same race that enslaved us, that has been preying, the beast that has been preying on us, little lost black sheep. That's all just symbolic fable language that's using animals and nature or whatever to describe the characteristics of identifiable human beings and races and they different expressions and grade levels of poison or danger. You got a lot of snakes, but all of them ain't rattlers, all of them ain't black mambas, all of them ain't, anacondas. So we're identifying the most dangerous one. The most dangerous one is that red one, that redhead one, that blue blood redhead one. That's in Rome, right? He gives power to all the rest of the beasts because that blue blood redhead one that's in Rome is the wisest of them all. That represents that the party of them that never went into the caves. They didn't lose 2,000 years in the caves. They represent the party that some of our people 6,000 years ago hid them. We rounded up all we could find, but they represented something else. So they didn't never lose the technology. The ones that got rounded up and put into the caves is their people. They required Musa or Moses, to come 2,000 years later or be sent 2,000 years later to civilize them and raise these serpents up in the wilderness and teach them some of the forgotten technology to put them back on their path, to take over the world according to wickedness and technology. So they've been, trying to make up for lost time and doing the most. But, it's that dragon. That dragon is the ultimate mastermind behind the whole show. And that's why, I spoke on earlier when I was on about Candace Owens, and by her right now being used to appear to expose this beast, these beasts, but she's still tied directly to the dragon, through her religious belief system and through the man that she's married to and got children with. So we're gonna see that play out the way it's gonna play out. But right now, she's being used just like Kamala Imhoff is being used. All of them being used to influence God's women, the women gods, the original ones, not, because all human beings are gods, but I'm talking about the most high ones, the most high original ones. So that's what this is about. See, the mic is going out. I think that's only you. But yeah, so I played this a little earlier, and you see it right here on the front. That's from The Godfather. You know what I'm saying? when I think that's Chi or one of them dudes that was rolling over, but he was asking them this question, peep this, and this has to do with how they get down. They don't directly interact and act like they on the same team, but that's Don Corleone and that's hold on.
The head of your family.
Did you ever get such an order directly?
No, I never talked to him.
I'm particularly interested in knowing, was there always a buffer involved?
Right, yeah, buffer. The family had a lot of buffers.
You know what I'm saying? The family of Satan, you know, and the top Don being that dragon, they got a lot of buffers. You just can't deal directly with the Don, with the top dragon. Nah. The family got all kind of buffers. They got buffers in the name of different religions, in the name of different organizations, different political people, different corporate buffers. That's the master of the buffers right there, is the dragon. But that dragon gives power to all of the beasts, but stays in the shadows. But that's the most wisest out of all of them. So it's no coincidence that that's the people that allegedly, you know, according to the story, crucified Jesus, the Romans, right? Jesus wasn't European. He wasn't from Rome. How is that now the capital of Christendom? Catholicism is the mother of all Christianity, mother of Christendom. Why is it some Europeans in Rome? Why ain't the capital of Christianity where Jesus was actually from, where he was born or where he was raised in the Middle East or Jerusalem or something like that? Why is it in Rome, in Europe? Ain't them the ones that supposedly crucified Jesus? How are they running it now? So is that really the vicegerent or the vicar of Christ, or is that actually the anti version of that? So those of us that was raised on that, we was all raised on it, some degree or other, especially us if we speak in English. If we the descendants of slaves of Africa and we speak in English, then we was forced into Christianity. That whole concept of Christianity was forced on us, right? Through the Crusades and through with this sign we conquer, Constantine and his vision, and just like I said, the years and the thousands of years or whatever of dark ages and crusades. So, but it's all ultimately to try to conquer and possess our women, the booty, the spoils, the booty. And there ain't no coincidence that everything's about booty now. Everything's about booty. It started with Beyonce, that yellow cow, and Bootylicious, and everything turned booty ever since. Because booty means the spoils of war. That means the treasures that the conquerors or conquistadors get to enjoy and run through once they've successfully killed off the male soldiers of that people, the booty. So now they popping their booties, you know, they just advertising everywhere you go, all on social media, everywhere, on not even social media, on mainstream media, Super Bowl, presidential candidates, everything is booty, Black women's booty. Is that a coincidence? Do y'all think that's a coincidence? Yeah, so, but you know, we the ones made them. We made them for this purpose. This is the purpose we made them for. So we're not in our feelings or nothing like that. But I wanted to kind of you know, you see this is regarding Father Time and Mother Nature, and how these Satans and these dragons have deceived our women so much that they wasted their whole life chasing this promise or chasing this dream that these serpents fed them, that they was going to be equal with the men, or they was going to be able to rule and be powerful And this is what happens to them. They find out after it's too late that they wasted their whole life. And Father Time and Mother Nature ain't giving them no pass, no mercy, no sympathy. Brutal. Brutal. But this is how they got them. They got them like this, wowing them and wooing them with media and money and power positions and political positions. They biting at that fruit, constantly biting at that fruit. And these two, these two expressions right there, along with America, I didn't put America on there for a reason, but these are the ones that's really behind the money and the influence that they know that we desire, our women desire the most. But as you know, as they talking about Diddy, you know what I'm saying? You see what that red dragon is known for. You know what his little cabinet is known for. The priests, you know what they known for. They both got the little small hats for a reason, but it takes people that's connected, that, that has the eyesight or the revelation from the real, true, and living human God to be able to point it out for you. You don't have to believe it. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to go over this and kind of explain this a little bit. Not that we're not preaching or ain't into spooky religion stuff, but I just wanted to read something. Uh-oh. That's Revelation 13. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy, which is disrespectful language against the real God. And the beast which I saw was like a leopard, and his feet were as though the feet of a bear, and his mouth was like the mouth of a lion. This is all just characteristics of human beings. People that's roaring and stomping and moving around like predators, you know what I'm saying? Like they the king of the world, and they got specialties. They got special skills of predator behavior. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. This dragon that we just showed. This is the dragon that gave this man in the circle and the American people and the Europeans, gave them their power and their seat and a great authority that they working with. And I saw one of his heads as if it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was, astonishingly healed. And all the world wondered after the beast, and they worshiped the dragon. They worshiped the dragon that gave power to these beasts. Who is it that gave power to Netanyahu and Biden, or whoever that is in France and England? Who gives them all of this power? The dragon. And they worship the beast. Don't say they worship the dragon. The dragon stayed behind the scenes and let them worship his beasts. So where we saying, who is like the beast? Who is able to make war with the beast? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great blasphemies against the real God and the people of God. And power was given to him to continue for 42 months. Right? I think that's 3.5 years or something, right? And he opened his mouth and blasphemed against God. Blasphemed his name and his tabernacle and that dwelt in the heaven and such. And it was given to him to make war with the saints. Who are the saints? Who are the people of God, you know what I'm saying, that's getting bombarded with Fauci juice, that's getting bombarded with every kind of injustice in the courts, in the court system? It was given to him power to make war against the saints and to overcome them for a season. And power was given him over all kinds, all the kindreds and tongues and nations. So this specific beast specific beast, which is America and this guy right here. These are the beasts. These ain't the dragon. You know what I'm saying? This is the beast. We in the belly of the beast. We not in the belly of the dragon. The dragon is off, you know, in the wings. And it was given him to make war, and all that dwelt upon the earth shall worship him, worship the beast, whose name is not written in the book of life of the Lamb that was slain from the foundation of the world, and all that. You know, I could go into that, but it says, he that leads into captivity shall go into captivity. He that kills with the sword must be deleted with the sword. So this is letting you know what season it is and what time it is, and who was really responsible, who was the architects of the transatlantic slave trade, who led us into captivity, who orchestrated it, who was the architect of our captivity. It was these guys, along with America, along with England, right? But these specific top beasts, backed up by the dragon. So, yeah, I don't got to go through the whole thing. I'm just trying to let you know what it looked like in real time down to earth. And here's another thing we kind of went through earlier. The Bible says the serpent and Eve appear in Genesis, where the serpent deceives Eve into eating the forbidden fruit from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Serpent is more clever or more wise or subtle than any other animal. This is talking about human being characteristics, not talking about actual serpent. Talking about snake people. So he told Eve that she wouldn't die like God said she would. And I don't mean physical death. It means mental and spiritual and moral death. The death of your peace, the death of your harmony and bliss, the death of your peace of mind, the death of your righteous conscience. That's what died. But she gained the knowledge of it, though. She gained the knowledge of what would happen if you practice evil. So her eyes did come open, her and Adam, once they violated to that level. So that's really where we at with it. That's really what I'm trying to get across. It was another piece that I wanted to put up, but I just don't want to go too long and make this sound like it's some church stuff or some preaching. But the Bible is really a military book. It's a prophecy book, but it was tampered with so much and put into all kind of parable, metaphoric, symbolic language. It's talking about, animals and nature and birds and insects and all of that. So, and then it's in old English, heretofore thou sayest, and like anybody trying to hear all of that. You know what I'm saying? So we need, regular our language, down to earth, our language interpreters that can put it in our language. I'm not going to be quoting no Ephesians. Look up Ephesians 12, 9, 8, 18. Like I don't do that. I deal first things first. If it's something that's directly dealing with us, then we can go do that. But I know the book been tampered with. So I try to focus on the stuff that I know that you can recognize. I'm not saying you shouldn't, if you're a scholar and that's your thing and you into going right to the scripture and you word for word and the King James and all that, like good for you. You know what I'm saying? That's good as long as you're able to, do something with it. Because what good is learning all this stuff by heart and you ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? No works, no accomplishments, no progress, no unity, no success in war against the beast because it's wartime. So that's what the whole dragon business is about. This is about them already waging war on us, and we're not aware that we even in a war because we being slaughtered. It's not a war until you fight back. It's not a war until you acknowledge who it is that's making war against you and you retaliate. That's when it's war. If you just saying it's in God's hand, it was the Lord's will, or the Lord and took her home or took him home, that's not war. That's a slaughter. You're allowing yourself to be slaughtered like little blind, dumb sheep, like we are. But the male sheep are supposed to be called rams. Rams have horns. You know what I mean? So the men are supposed to stand up and do what I'm doing, do what Farrakhan, Elijah Muhammad is doing, and actually use their weapons, their natural weapons. So I'm going to offend people because it's offense time. It's not defense time no more. It's offense time. So once this war kicks off like this and it's time to go slay this dragon that has our princess, that has our queen possessed, then, you know, we got to hand out these swords and we got to go handle that business. So it's going to be offensive. But that's why the Bible say the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. That means that these new soldiers, Michael and his angels, are going at hell to where the gates, they got some gates trying to keep us out. It ain't that we got gates trying to keep the devil out no more. No, we on the offense. So the gates that they trying to keep us out with our soldiers is not going to prevail. We gonna knock their gates down. We coming to their house. But we got to start here first. We got to clean up our own house, right? So it's war in heaven, but the devil done took over heaven. So now it's hell for us. So those gates that used to be our heaven has turned to our hell. Those women that used to be our heaven have been turned to our hell. They done turned our women who was supposed to be and used to be our heaven into our hell. That is the greatest stress, disappointment, bitterness, betrayal, treachery is coming from our own women. Done turned our heaven into hell. So now we got to get our sword and go into heaven, go into our women's mind, you know what I'm saying, and slay that dragon without slaying her. So that's why, you know, a lot of people they can only get so far on this Kevin Samuels time because you turning it into a gender war, like you actually at war with the woman. You know, you're supposed to be at war with the demon or the dragon that's she possessed by. You got to be such a precise, you know, surgeon with your sword that you cutting out the leech, you cutting out the tapeworm without cutting her. And she gonna feel like you cutting her, and you got to not respond, not react. Because when a leech or a parasite is attached to you, especially if it's one of them big ones, then they got a symbiotic relationship. They start attaching to your nerves. Their nerves become your nerves, and then they start setting your appetite. So if you cut them, you gonna feel it. She gonna feel it like you cut her, and she gonna take it like that and try to retaliate because you trying to pull this thing that welded itself. You know, this leech done attached itself. The nerves have attached themselves. The neurons and attached themselves, and now the leech is an extension of her. The leech is hungry. The leech is upset. The parasite, you know, is setting her mood. She ain't never satisfied. She always want more, more, more. That's the leech. That's the parasite. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know how to go in there and slay that serpent, because now it's bigger than a serpent. It's a whole dragon with wings and fire breathing and strong, got influence. That's aware. She aware of the influence of her box and her sensualities and all of that. And she aware now how to use that against you. Okay, I'm gonna use the box and I'm gonna use my body and my sex goddess influence on you. And then if you don't act right, I'm gonna press charges on you. I'm gonna say that you violated me. I'm gonna say that you was inappropriate. I'm gonna say it's a Me Too business. Oh, the most treacherous, the most treacherous. So you got to know how you can't even function with them. I got to know I can't even function with you like that. Yeah. But how many of us got the patience or got the understanding to even see our women in a mental condition on this level? Because we, as men that are already on the defense, everybody trying to wipe us out anyway. Everybody, you said that, we the target and we the monsters anyway, so we in just full defense mode. Most of us ain't got the mindset or the scientific mathematical mentality to be able to turn off the feelings and emotions and not just destroy who we see as being used to destroy us. It's a cold operation, boy. This little operation of slaying the dragons that's in our women's head, the mark of the beast that they walking around with, they captured their minds, so they got their bodies. And we got to capture their minds back. We got to go capture their minds back. We got to go in them dungeons and dragons and slay them dragons without slaying her. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? And really, you really need to just do it with one. If you do it with one, you know what I'm saying, then you got the formula for, to be able to do it with more than one, or teaching your sons and other soldiers to do it with one of them or whatever. But that's part of the demonic motivation also, is because they know that it's a shortage. They know that it's a shortage of males, quality males. They know that it's a shortage of males that understand this, that's actual exorcists. You know what I'm saying? These black male exorcists, they know it's a shortage. Gooch, what up? I'm gonna pull you on real quick. So I hit this little, oh, there you go. There he is.
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Ken.
Man, wa alaikum salam, young Abdul Akbar. Life
you
is good,
tonight, brother. Oh man, you cooking tonight,
man. Cooking a little bit.
Oh man, you cooking, especially when you're telling the young brothers how to fight against this enemy. Even though she's attached to your girl,
Man,
you can't always take it out on her.
Right.
It's chess, not checkers.
Man.
The only time you can take it out on her is when she's fully aware of what's going on and she still does it.
Right. So
that's when she's responsible. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. That's their nature, because they're gonna test you. They're gonna test you to see, because there are some benefits for them in carrying and hosting that parasite. You know what I'm saying? So if they see that you don't recognize the remnants that's still left over of that, you didn't get this, I don't like to say it like this, but it's like a termination of a little pregnancy with, you know what I'm saying? If you don't get all of the pieces, then that little piece, there's little pieces of the baby that's still left in there, it's gonna start trying to regrow.
Yeah. That little fragment will try.
Yeah, it's gonna regrow, and then it's gonna cause you sickness, and then you're gonna have to run back to Planned Parenthood and get the rest of it scraped out. And so that same thing applies to them little demon parasite babies.
Either get it all scraped out, or the child you finally do have come out holding it.
Like little alien splice.
Just a second. Hold on, man. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
All right. But yeah, man, that's what the war is. The war is not against them other people. The war right now, the war is on the left side of the screen. I mean, you trying to get rid of that dragon, that worm that's in that apple. Trying to get rid of that dragon that then slipped in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So that part right there was very deep. I don't know if the brothers that were listening understood what you were saying, but yeah, you have to know how to attack an enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
They benefit, don't get me wrong. Like, they benefit from us. They benefit from being able to manipulate us, or being able to play on our emotions, or play the victim, or play dumb, all that. That's why they're so related to the serpent, because they got that in common. The serpent is the most wise and subtle because it knows that it's naturally handicapped, it's naturally weaker. So I have to be silent and subtle, you know what I'm saying? And they have to be the same thing. They know that they're naturally weaker than us, so they can't rule us just on some brute force or some brute wit. So you know what I'm saying? They have to be smooth and you know,
they have to have a very snake-like tactic. They're not a gorilla like us. We can easily pick them up and wiggle them around.
Right.
Being that they can't do that to us, they have to move different. That's why women's intuition is so amazing, because us being men, we don't have to have the same antennas, because we don't have to live in the same fear in which they live in. When a woman walks out the house, she's always kind of on edge, because she can get attacked at any time.
Yeah.
She's very vulnerable just due to her nature. She's kind of like the deer in the jungle, or an antelope. We're the lion. So when lions go walking, if we hear something rustling in the leaves, we don't care, because chances are they're not going to hop out on us.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know, it's just different. As men, in order to be a great man, you have to know how to pick a great woman, and you have to know about your woman. You have to know about your opponent, whether it's your opponent or your enemy. In order to be a champion in life, you have to know what you're up against. And if you don't, you're going to fail every time.
Man, and you have to know how they operate. You have to know what, you know, the prey or whatever that you're trying to capture. You might be capturing it to eat it, to do it harm, or you might be capturing it to preserve it, to save it. You know what I'm saying? But you have to know what their defense mechanisms are. So an antelope or something like that, you know, they got real jukey moves, so they might know, okay, I don't got no horns or no fangs, or I don't got no poison, but I know how to run you into the cougar's territory. You know what I'm saying?
Man, here's a crazy man. This is I was gonna call you earlier. As a matter of fact, I didn't call you. My ex, she came on one time, and her son unfortunately lost his life trying to be a gangster, trying to be something he wasn't, right? And she said, you know, Lamont, if those who don't know, my name's Lamont, but you know, she's like, Lamont, I called you because, you know, man, my son passed away. Tell me something that would make me feel better. I said, do you know why they made sidewalks? She said, no, tell me. I said, because the streets ain't for everybody.
Man, I don't think that didn't make her feel better, but
she said, you know what, I love you, because I've always just made her see things. I've always given her little fables or little things to make her think, and she was like, I love you. She's like, I feel better now. I said, these streets ain't for everybody. That's why it's sidewalks. He should have had his ass on the sidewalk. He wasn't a street type of dude. So,
even street dudes is getting it though. So,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, yeah, man. But you cooking, brother. I don't want to take too much of your time. But
no, stay right there. Stay right there. Don't go nowhere, because I kind of wanted to, knock some ideas around or whatever, because I want, a witness of how we not, as much as people accuse us or have accused us of being misogynistic and, bitter and who hurt you and all of that, it's not about that. We understand that those are the exorcist little demons. That's the pea soup that you vomited up. You know what I'm saying? When you see a real God men show up, we showing up to exercise you. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna just be able to, leave this meeting or this interaction with us the same way that you came.
Right. I'm proudly unapologetic for being a man and standing on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna bend or fold. Yeah, I mean, see what Cam and I are trying to do is give you medicine.
Mm.
And even everybody who's taking medicine doesn't taste good,
No.
but it's gonna heal you. And
Yeah.
some of the things we say might not taste good to you, but we're healing you. So it's
Yeah.
up to you. Do you want the good taste? The good taste would be the lies and every woman's a queen. A woman can do no wrong. You can take that, the lie, which tastes very good to your ear and to your system, or you can come get this truth that probably isn't going to taste good, but it's going to heal you. It's going to help you. So it's up
Yes.
to you.
It's gonna do you better than that. That it's gonna taste better than that sickness taste.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's why you miserable, because you sick. You know what I mean?
Woo,
And
man.
it's a mental, emotional sickness. And like you said, they so used to being on edge, especially if they've been violated as little girls. So they know it can happen. They walking around with the the trauma on them.
Right.
So that's why we as men got to be wiser and wise enough to know that, okay, certain things I'm not gonna stand for, but I'm not putting my law down on you because I hate you or nothing. No, it's actually because I love you. If you love your child, then you're gonna put strong law on them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
But this is how bad the sickness is, Cam. You can have a woman that's not that attractive, and a dude can just be on the same aisle as her in the supermarket, and she'll turn around and say, "Why you keep following me?" The sickness is, see, she's lived a life to where all the baddies got chose,
Mm-hmm.
and people followed her. Now
Mm-hmm.
she's living a life to where that's not happening, so she has to pretend in her mind
Man.
that someone is following her. She has to make up a story in her mind that someone wants to kidnap her. She has to make up a story in her mind that somebody took something from her just so she can fit in with the background.
Man.
And that's where it gets very sick. And that's where the lies come out. And that's where people get indicted and get arrested for absolutely nothing, because you have a woman that's dealing with trauma that never got chosen and was shown love, and she wants it so bad that she's willing to risk someone's life and
Yeah.
press a false charge to get the attention.
Yeah. And sometimes it's even more than that. It's a retaliatory spirit, meaning that they already have given up. They just have given up. They're not gonna tell you. They're gonna keep up the whole image like, yeah, my better days is be ahead of me, and love is waiting on me, and God got my man for me and all that. But they don't believe none of that. They know that they failed. They know they have gave up. And they know their mission is just to bring as many other people down with them into the misery pit as they can. And so they are in effect, they are enemies, but they're not natural enemies. They are possessed by the enemy. And you have to get in there and actually give them some mental TLC, you know what I'm saying, which is, medicine that's not going to feel good, it's not going to taste good, but once they feel different, like, damn, I don't know what you said, like you cussed me out, you had me crying, but something about that cry, something about that tough talk that you said to me
You
and
got that
cried,
sickness out of me. You got
it
some of
got
that
it,
sickness.
yeah, I ain't slept like that in years. You know what I'm saying? What did you say? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect example. A young lady I met about 3 weeks to a month ago was like, Gooch, the last time you was out here, I missed my my cycle.
Yeah.
I said, well, you need to reschedule it. But the truth, she needed to hear the truth. She's not, women aren't used to men talking like us, man. They so used to dudes lying to them and queen, and you're so beautiful. No, you're not. You're not. You cool. I mean, I'm not gonna kick you out, but you're not that. And lady, my man got to make 100,000. You a night shift waitress at the Waffle House.
I mean,
And
but they could be that. They could be that is if they not on that stupid little standard attitude business.
Yeah. I don't mind, man. It's some beautiful women that work in the Waffle House. Shout out to Waffle House. But you
Man.
can't tell me your man got to make 250. Your man has to drive this particular type of car. Your man has to be this particular height. Come on, sweetie. Yeah, come on now.
But we at the end, we at the wall of that. We at the end of that fantasy island generation. So that first generation that start believing in that is a little older than us, and they didn't hit the wall, right? So they, you know what I'm saying? So now they know that is not true, and they can't run that game on us or no men. So now they have to try to infect the next generation of girls to make them keep that cycle, that crash and burn cycle up, so y'all can all hit the wall together eventually.
Right. Yeah. Let me see. Oh man, Daryl. Oh man, you got your regulars in here tonight, man. You got Daryl Jackson.
Man, Sky, what up, Sky?
I don't know this guy. Min Doofer.
Yeah, Meneffer.
Yeah. Okay. What's up,
What up,
brother?
Sky?
It's Hey. What's going on, brother? How you doing, brother?
Aloha. Assalamu alaikum.
Man,
Well,
walaikum
let's go on,
salam.
brother.
You must be a
He must be in
delay.
Hawaii. I can tell by his internet.
Yeah, it's a delay.
Yeah,
We're gonna pull you back up in a few, Sky.
he got the Hawaii 5-0 on there. Book him, Dana.
Right. So yeah, Father Time and Mother Nature, man, the most brutal parents in existence, right? Father Time and Mother Nature. So all of our sisters that have wasted their life or that's in the process of wasting their life, chasing this American dream that doesn't exist, chasing this fairy tale standard, unrealistic, unbelievable, unattainable standard of a man. To me, that's a sign that you have actually given up, because you can't get into your 40s or your 50s and really believe that. But that's the level of delusion that you were speaking on earlier, that they're just going to lie to themselves. They're just going to live out the rest of their life lying to themselves because they feel like they've been disappointed or let down or cheated or shortchanged by God.
Right.
So I don't have to believe in reality.
Right. Yeah. It's sad, man. But man, you were cooking so hard, and man, it was so touching. I said, I gotta hear from my brother, because wow, man, you were cooking, brother. Now the brother that you just let in from Hawaii, is he a very conscious brother?
Well, I don't know. We spoke once, so yeah, he was conscious on, but I be just trying to make sure that the signal is sharp and strong, because when it's a delay, if it's a 5-10 second delay, then
that takes away from it takes
from
away
the
the
whole
dynamic
flow.
we're doing.
Yeah. But let me see if I can.
Welcome back, brother.
Scott.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. It's a delay, so if you can hear me in real time, say what's on your mind real quick.
So I just wanted to kind of like say thank you again for sharing your perspective about how they're coming after our women and our children. How they're trying to break up our family structure, trying to break up our villages, how they're trying to dismantle our indigenous models of leadership and balance and things like that.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Somebody on the island don't want you speaking. It's the Wi-Fi or at that Obama phone or something. Your mute button, Gooch.
Brother Sky, I know that you're in Hawaii. If you can, go grab a pineapple and wrap it around your phone so the internet.
Hold on a second.
Can you hear me? Can you hear us, Sky?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, there we go.
All right. So yeah, what was you saying? If you can be brief.
So just from an indigenous point of view, we kind of look towards, and our orientation is like matrilineal and matriarchal, even in the sense of ownership and authority. Men don't have the right to buy and sell land or water. We are appointed if we show ourselves to be in integrity. Positions of limited leadership and guardianship and stewardship. But
Where is this at? This is in Hawaiian culture.
Well, not only in the Hawaiian culture previously, but even over there in the continental United States. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Haudenosaunee, or better known as the Iroquois Confederacy, but on the East Coast, they have 6 different nations with 6 different languages and 6 different ways of life sharing the same place. And it's only because they have that model that was given to them that they have balance and peace and they get along peacefully with each other.
Who was it given to?
Well, they have a prophet. They have a prophet that was called Hiawatha, that we know as Hiawatha.
Yeah, I heard that.
He came and he gave them what is called the Great Law of Peace, because until that time, even though they were indigenous people and they had respect, they were also fighting each other and they were raiding each other and they weren't really treating each other as brothers. They were kind of, it was like something.
So it stopped when the women started ruling.
So it wasn't. So this is the thing. Even those words rule, like a lot of the words that we use, come from the English language that have this Eurocentric patriarchal orientation, right? And so one of the things
what do you call it? What do you call it? Like so.
So let me finish this one point though. So when we say indigenous model of balance in today's modern society, we have to include the expression circular economic. So whatever it is that's in our area, right? The region that we are living in, nothing leaves that. We don't get extracted. So
what does that have to do with women?
So this is the thing. Men are now buying and selling land and water that doesn't lawfully belong to them. It was kind of like this. You're talking about booty,
what
right?
We saying,
the
what
spoils
men?
of
You talking about white men, or you talking about indigenous men? What men are selling something that don't belong to them?
Well, unfortunately, we have that happening here in Hawaii all the time.
No, because you going to the past, to America, then you coming back here. Like you got to stick with one thought.
I hear you, but what we're doing is we are those of us who have kind of seen aspects of this trap that you're talking about. They target our women, they target our children, but they also target us as men as well. And they have this whole thing. But like, see, over here in Hawaii, there is, and I have to go back in history a little bit in certain senses.
Well, we don't have a lot of time, Sky. We got to kind of land this.
Yeah, but basically, all of the ranking comes through who your mom is, not who your dad is. Like if you're coming from an indigenous point of view, right? We're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, can you tell us why?
We don't use the word rule. Okay.
Okay.
We use the word like stewardship, guardianship, right?
It still means authority, right? It still means authority, right?
Yes.
So if we're not mature enough as adults to just be able to call words what they really are, like if I have to dance around words and we can't use the word rule when it means rule, like then we ain't gonna make it anyway, right?
No, I want to touch something that he said. Mm-hmm. So you're trying to say it's the woman that it goes through, not the man?
That does what?
It's not just the woman. There's a rank. They're called clan mother.
The internet didn't want
to qualify you. It doesn't necessarily qualify you as a position of leadership, right? So the clan mothers, this is a rank that is appointed to you after you have chosen. You're chosen by the grandmothers that are alive that have seen you over the time of your life, and so they appoint different women as clan mothers to represent.
Who appoints? So where does the men vote? Does the men that don't get a vote in the clan mothers?
It don't work like that, because this is the thing.
It ain't work.
The men, according to this indigenous model of balance, the men, they have their warrior societies, they have their self-determination, and they get to decide if they want to accept these roles of leadership or these roles of guardianship or these roles of stewardship. But they don't they don't vote themselves in. There's no election. and and the and and the clan mothers are appointed by the grandmothers, and the grandmothers appointed because they've lived long enough to see how you are in your everyday life. It doesn't matter like your
Right. What I mean,
genealogy
saying,
so much.
what
It's
does
the
that have to do?
consistency.
What does that have to do with the men?
Are
How,
those warriors you speak of, when they come home, they get to tell the clan mothers what to do, right?
It's a little it's I would encourage you. So okay, you live in LA, right?
Yes.
You live in LA?
Yes.
The nearest tribal people that I know to you are the Shumash. The Shumash tribal
and
people,
Scott,
right? Just to have a reference for a working model of what I'm talking about.
does it work? So have they been conquered? Are they ruled? Are they being ruled by people by male dominated societies, or how do we know it works? Because
So
if you got conquistadors and people that got weapons and men is using them weapons, are the mothers gonna get together and scrap with the men with weapons? Like, how does that work?
So when you say that, I want to just mention to you, the Europeans never won any battle according to their military or to their weapons. The only reason why they ever won in any encounter was because their diseases decimated the warriors. They just basically showed up and waited like 2 years. And when they all got sick from syphilis and smallpox and whatever else, then them and their little weapons. But the story that you hear about conquistadors having some kind of superior military strength or weaponry or anything, that's some propaganda. That's some brainwashing right there.
Okay,
Like they only
oh, where you go? You see the Wi-Fi ain't trying to hear that. So the model that you're saying right now is it ruling the world? How? So you saying that diseases aren't a weapon?
Oh no, I'm not saying that at all. I mean, the smallpox blankets that were sent to the Indians to kill
So
them off.
whatever it takes to win the fight, right?
That's the European model, right?
I mean, but
Biological
that's what
weapons,
conquered the
chemical
women, right? That's
weapons.
what conquered the women's circle, right? It worked on they ruling and the women's circle ain't.
But the point that I'm trying to make is how things got flip-flopped around, right? So like you're talking about how they're going after our women, weaponizing certain things to get them chasing some glittery object, and all these kind of things. And that's because, like, if they remember what their role is, like if they remember like who they are and what their authority and what their ownership, and we as men, like at least from an indigenous point of view, we're warriors and we hold that space for them. We as warriors create that space for them to hold that role. And when we have that, we have
Well,
balance.
that means that the men are the authority, because if they the one creating that space, then the men are actually the authority, right?
And then like the way it is right now, right? They got men out there chasing some paper and chasing to ownership and chasing and trying to like create generational wealth and multiple streams of revenue. And this is a program that whole mindset was weaponized. And we
Okay, I know how to do this one. What do the clan mothers do? Or if anything?
you already know the answer to that question.
I
They
don't
tell
know.
us what to do. They tell us what to do. Not in the sense of they're micromanaging everything that we do, but they say, hey, you're going to take care of this water over here. You're going to take care of this land over here. You're going to take care of these hunting grounds over here. You're going to defend this. You're going to, and they have indigenous models of balance that
So,
apply to.
so are they military? Are they military strategists? So are they the military strategists?
No, there's some of them that decide that they want to take up arms and they want to stand.
No. Listen.
battle.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, are the women the military strategists? They're the war generals that know more about war than the men do. So they tell the men how to fight and where to go and how to ambush, and like how do they get this wisdom? How do they rule men when they stay at home and make babies?
It's I you know, and I'm trying to be as understanding as possible, but I don't use certain words like that because of how it's we share our responsibilities and our way of life together. We decide
You
what
don't have the
feels good,
same
right?
roles though. Like so the women share fighting against uh bears and tigers or whatever. Like the male is built for that. So if the woman is pregnant and she has to stay soft and she has to stay sensitive, how are you sharing anything with a man? How are you sharing a man's role with a man?
It's an agreement of cooperation that we decide to make. The thing about the indigenous people, that I'm not sure if you understand this, but self-determination, autonomy, and sovereignty is right there with every other thing that you could possibly imagine. It's
But
about
we talking about the laws of nature, though. We talking about the laws of nature. So if the
yeah.
woman, I don't care what she believes in, if she pregnant, she ain't finna be out there doing nothing. I don't care what you believe in, what autonomy and sovereignty, whatever. I'm pregnant. I can't move. I'm hungry, or some animal is trying to eat me or eat my child. Like, it's not all that's out the window. It's gonna come down to what the natural gender roles are, right?
Yeah, we definitely have gender roles, gender specific roles. It's it's just I just want to say this without sounding like I don't understand what you guys are talking about. It's a little bit more fluid. We, like I said, it's something that we decide that we want. It's like a covenant that we renew with each other and ourselves and the earth that we're protecting every single day.
Okay, Sky, because I know this because I listen very well. You speak of water a lot. Are y'all thirsty?
Out here in Hawaii, water is life, and it's being stole from us. Our water rights, our riparian rights, is basically our way of life. And so, the way that our indigenous models of balance work is we don't divert, we don't dam, we let the water flow from where it comes out of the ground up at a higher elevation in a hydrological cycle, uninterrupted into the ocean. There's certain amounts of diversion that happen for our kalo cultivation, but our indigenous body of laws are based in the water. So the word water in Hawaiian is wai or vai, depending how you pronounce your W's.
Right.
And
Let me
the body of laws is called kanavai. So how you share the water.
I don't know. Not don't leave me, Booster. I'll be back.
Oh man. Oh, you can't make this shit up, man. Oh boy. Oh man. Oh. Amen.
Dang, man. it just went left. It just went somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So I don't know how to do this. I don't know what to do, man. I don't know how to hit the wrap it up B button like on,
like when you're watching the Oscars and they start playing the music, and somebody's speech is going too long. What was the water? Who's stealing what water? You said the water is getting stolen and put in the ocean. Then go get it.
No, it ain't that. Like I don't want to turn it into that. I don't want to mock nobody. I just need to learn. I'm trying to. This is like a moderation on a debate, even though we ain't debating. But there's other people that want to get on, and then there's other,
Is somebody else that wants to get on, brother?
Yeah, but they come on and come off like when they see that we still talking, and I don't.
Yeah, tell them to come back, brother. We apologize, man.
Yeah, I don't be wanting to cut nobody.
No,
I don't
you
want
have
to cut
to.
Scott.
No,
I mean, I know, but that's what I'm saying. If I ain't good at this part of the game, you are. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man. Oh boy.
I mean, y'all help me out, man. I take comments. You know what I'm saying? What better way can I do? What rules of time frame rules or whatever should I implement? Because I don't really know how to do this.
Just say, hey, I mean, you did one say, hey, we're trying to wrap it up, like land your plane. But he was like, well, the water, and he went back to the water.
I mean, I don't want to cut nobody's.
Like I was trying to get the parallel of where he was trying to go.
Yeah, man. I mean,
hey, man,
the dark humor would, I be trying not, because like I would really, what I'm saying, people are really not like me more than they already do. Don't shit. So I don't know. I didn't know what else to do, man. I froze. I
put the link out for him, brother Cam. I think they'll come back.
Yeah, I did.
Throw the link back out. We'd like to hear what you guys have to say. Anybody who just at this time, any suggestions?
Yeah, because it's past an hour now, so I covered the initial topic for an hour. So
yeah, do a quick Q&A. That brother Cam has to lay it down, brother. Oh man, that was touching.
Man, and I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, if this is the best model, then where's the proof? How did it get overthrown? How did it get conquered?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If this was the best model, how did it get conquered? Obviously, we needed some males to take the lead. You know what I'm saying?
Sky said, I'm laughing with y'all. Please come to Hawaii and learn why water is important. I live in Los Angeles. I can tell you why water is important. Right. Our body is 75% of it.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Sky, bless your heart, man.
Yeah, that's that good. That's that good herb. That's that good Maui Wowie herb.
That's that good water out there, man.
Oh, man.
I'm starting to think the water you talking about is urine.
Huh?
I'm starting to think that water he's talking about that urine.
Oh man.
Oh boy, bless his heart, man.
Damn.
Well,
yeah. So anyway, man, we taking comments. We taking comments and guests.
Well, you know what? I just want to stay on topic. But I sent you those names? Did you get a chance to look at those guys?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was familiar with the little white dude with the bald, with the long hair, with the bald.
Yeah.
I remember.
His style is fine.
I remember him and Rod Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, nobody comes up, man. It's been great. I've been waiting for this all day. Here's the thing. I was about to call to see what you were going on, and someone said, "Man, go look first." And you were on already, so that made my day, man. It's always a pleasure to see my brother. You were cooking. You're gonna post this one, right? Because you.
Yeah, I'm gonna get off right now, man, because I gotta make a call, and then maybe I'll hop back on or something. Or
let me know, and I'll come join you, brother.
All right.
Love you, brother.
All right,
Peace.
love you too, bro. Peace. Yeah, that's it, man. Let me I gotta make a call and take care of little beeswax real quick, and then maybe I'll get back on here with about 40 minutes. All right, man. Campaign trail. I apologize, y'all, man, because I got discombobulated with that. All right, so I'll be back. Peace.